All right. Looks like we're live, Squeeze. Is that true? Is that accurate? You're on mute.
Yep, we are live. We are alive.
And just checking, are we live on 93.5 FM?
We just became live.
All right.
Seconds ago.
Are we live on Facebook?
Yes, we are live on Facebook.
Sounds like we're firing on all cylinders on this Wednesday, September 23rd. Is that accurate, Squeeze?
Yes, we are firing on all cylinders.
All right, so let me make it official. Let me change my background to the case handler background, going from my office to the case handler. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. I am an attorney. I'm a partner of Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. We are a full-service law firm here in Manhattan. I personally take care of the personal injury cases, accident victim cases, the big money awards when, God forbid, you're injured through no fault of your own. I personally have settled well over $125 million for my clients over the years. We've nearly done $20 million this year alone, $20 million in 2020. We're here to help. We're here to provide quality legal information. And good news for you, if you're watching us right now on Facebook, or if you're listening to us on 93.5 FM, you are now officially cruising with the case handler, a show by attorneys here to give information for you for 100% free. That is correct. No strings attached. 100% free consultations over the phone. You just have to do one thing and one thing only. Sounds too easy. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Here's what you got to do. Here's the secret. You got to have our number. You got to save our number. You got to dial our number. And you got to use our number. Because unless you call us, we don't know you're out there. We don't know that you've been in an accident. We don't know that you need help legalizing your status here in the United States or becoming a citizen of the best country in the world. And to be able to do that, to be able to have access to everything we offer here at the firm, you need this number. And our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. Squeeze, what does PPID stand for?
Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico.
Okay. And with that new fresh cut, that fade that you have on today, and I know you paid your barber because it showed up in my Venmo stream. Okay. I don't know how much you paid for that. You probably paid too much knowing you. Yeah. Knowing you. But with your
fresh, that, right? I totally forgot about that public part of Venmo.
With your fresh cut, with your fresh fade, I'll ask you this, good sir. Are you down with PPID?
Come on, you know me. Yeah, man. Listen. This is Cruising with a Case Handler. Ladies and gentlemen, turn up your radios. Want to say thanks to each and every one for tuning in. We're here to share a lot of information with you. And of course, we've got Conrad Pollack, the managing partner of that powerful firm, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, also known as PPID. And hopefully every one of you are down with PPID and me and Adam Handler and Conrad. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we got to remind you that the show is also, of course, on immigration, where you can get your immigration consultations absolutely F-R-E-E. That's F-R-E-E. Free immigration consultations, free consultation on personal injury, free consultation initially with business law and family law and criminal defense. And after that, do the right thing, do the wise thing, hire PPID, because you're down with PPID. Want to say a pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Pollack. How are you, Mr. Managing Partner?
I'm good. I'm managing. I
can see that.
Good. Just made it into the office this morning so I could broadcast from my office overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. Beautiful day, nice fall day, just making the best of the situation as
You're just cruising.
Exactly.
Very, very important piece, and I just need for you to take 30 seconds out of the show. This is not what the show is all about. But it's an extremely important piece before we get down to business. Take 30 seconds. What's up with the bottles of wine? I mean, you can't keep that to yourself. I mean, I heard you and Adam talking, you know, and it probably got on Facebook too. So what's up?
These
you
are
know?
Settlement of a debt that I have to my loquacious partner sharing the airwaves with us right now.
And when Pollack has a debt, he pays his debts.
Exactly.
So it's all good. Listen, we enjoy the nice things here, and we're able to do so because we are blessed with clients that are dedicated to our firm, that refer clients to us, that allow us to do such amazing work. Conrad's been practicing for 37 years nearly, helping thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people legalize their status here in the United States. And we are certainly, giving back to the community that's embraced us by offering those free phone consultations since the middle of March, when the pandemic hit and we started that free phone consultation promotion. We've spoken to hundreds of people. It's unbelievable the response we've had to this show. It's unbelievable the response we've had to that offer of free consultations. And as I say to individuals that call, because I always say thank you so much for calling, I really appreciate it. And most of them say this: well, why wouldn't I call? If the consultation is free, what do I have to lose? And Squeeze, the answer is absolutely nothing. The only thing you have to lose is uncertainty, because there are people listening to this show right now, whether on 93.5 FM or on Facebook, that have legal questions, that have legal problems.
That is true.
So why not call an attorney that's going to give you the legal answer and give you the legal solution? But, it's all about being proactive. There are people that just, God helps those who help themselves. And some people just don't help themselves. They just either want to do it on their own, or they just stick their head in the sand like an ostrich and think it's going to go away and just prey on it. Well, that's just not happening. Squeeze, you can pontificate on that. You can tell me and everybody out there firsthand, things just don't happen when you don't do anything about it.
Well, let me just say this much, man. There was once this man that was drowning, and a big ship rolled up and said, "Hey, come on, let me save you." And the guy said, "No, I don't want. God's going to save me." Then a fishing boat came by and said, "Hey, come on, let me save you." He said, No, God's going to save you." And then a raft came by. He said, No, God's going to save you. And then he gets to the gates and he gets to heaven, and God said, "Hey, what up, man? I mean, what's going on?" And he's like, "Why didn't you save me, God? You made me die." And he's like, "I sent you three vessels to save you, and you took none of them. What do you want from me?" So here we are. Okay, here we are. A lot of you listening to this radio station and listening to, of course, and watching us on FaceTime. All right, you have been crying. You screamed, you yelled, you cursed me out. "Hey, Squeeze, you got all these people that you're putting on the radio and they're charging for consultation fees. That's screwed up, man. That's not good for the community." And you kick my ass left, right, forward, and center, beat the crap out of me. And I'm still here for you, mind you. And then I found what you were looking for. I'm like, hey, okay, wow. Conrad and Adam and Nelson, all of them, they are willing to give a free consultation. Now, here I am giving you a free consultation. Take it. Take it. Don't sit around waiting for that orange guy to give you amnesty. Don't sit around waiting. I mean, Biden's a 1 million times better than, of course, the orange guy. But I know that he's not going to give you amnesty. He's going to do a whole lot better. But here, you're getting the opportunity right now to get a free phone consultation when it comes to immigration. Call. You're out there and you may get into an automobile accident, and you're going to go with some guy that you hear over the past couple of months on the top of the hour or on the radio station. What are you, silly? I won't call you stupid, but what are you, silly? Come on, people. Proven track record, 60 solid years for this firm. Pollack, Isaac and Sequel at 225 Broadway on the 3rd floor. No need to go above that. Dial this number now, store the number. Anytime you need an attorney, there's a department at the firm that can help you. Whether it's personal injury, the $126 million man, whether it's immigration, the man who has practiced immigration for 37 years, Conrad, he runs the firm that's been around for 60 years, criminal defense, real estate law, business law, family law. You've got to make it 844-774-3529. Store that number, dial that number now. Let it ring 10, 15, 20 seconds. Say, "Hey, Adam, Squeeze yelled at me. I'm storing the number just in case I need it in the future for an attorney." 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. This is giving back to the community. How many people are giving you attorneys for free to speak with where consultation is concerned? Not many, if any. So make the call, 844-774-3529. And remember, nothing lasts forever. Absolutely nothing. 844-774-3529. My apologies on the interruption, Mr. Handler.
No. I'm glad you said that. And I'm curious for Conrad, what's going on in the immigration world? What kind of cases have we been handling for people that have been calling that number?
Well, before we even get into that, I want to repeat a theme that we've been focusing on now for a long time, since the summer. Filing fees, folks. October 2nd, immigration filing fees are going up. That's a week from Friday. Filing fees are going up dramatically. Just as an example, if you're applying for citizenship, currently it's $725. That fee is going to practically double. I believe it's going up 85% to $1,450 or something like that, just to apply for citizenship. And that's just one example. Filing fees are rising dramatically next week, end of next week. You have to file your application before then. So if you have been on the fence, if you've been delaying for whatever reason, you haven't filed, and you want to file an application, whether it's citizenship or applying for a relative or through your employment, now's the time, folks, because your fees are going to be going up dramatically as of the end of next week. So get off the fence if you've been there, and let's get this going. And if you need help, please give us a call. That's the principal message that I want to get across today, guys.
Okay. And is a filing fee going up for everything or most filings?
Everything.
Across the board. Wow, that's
we mentioned yesterday, appeals. If you're in immigration proceedings and you lose and you need to appeal, the filing fee for that has been $110 since, as far as I can remember, 20, 30 years. It's about the only fee that hasn't gone up. It's going up to $970.
Wow.
Do the math. It's 110 now. It's going up to $970 on next Friday.
So even more reason not only to file your case ASAP, but be very careful in the attorneys you choose, because you can hire some Joe Schmo or Jane Schmo, and now you're paying increased filing fees. Probably not going to get the job done right. And then when it comes time to come back to us saying, I need to appeal the case, now all of a sudden everything's, 7-8 times more expensive.
Not only that, what happens frequently, immigration, especially now, because they want the higher fees, they'll bounce your application. You might send in your application and you think it was done right. You left some blanks on the form. They'll kick it back. You'll get it back in a month. And guess what? When you get it back in a month in October, you'll be paying the new filing fees. So let's say you're filing your citizenship application on your own today, and you think you did it right, paying $725 check, and you're checking daily to see if the check cleared, and it doesn't clear, and eventually you get it back in the mail in a couple of weeks. Guess what, folks? You're going to be paying double filing fees. So if ever there was a time that you're considering filing an application with the Immigration Service right now, if ever there was a time to hire an attorney, to hire a firm like ours that we've been doing this forever, now's the time. You might be concerned about the extra money in terms of legal fees. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. Same principle with insurance. You carry automobile insurance, or you carry life insurance, odds are you're never going to use it, or you're certainly not going to use it for a long time, but it's there when you need it. All right, that's what we are. PPID. We are an insurance policy. We are there when you need us. And now's as good a time as any.
We were actually just talking about that yesterday in my department with respect to insurance. Insurance is the thing that nobody likes to pay for. But when you need it, you're glad you do have it. And when you need it and you don't have it, you really, you're in a really tough spot. For example, we have a case right now. A gentleman got into an accident, and he had the minimum medical coverage available to him. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get all the medical treatment he needs to make a full recovery. It's a really tough situation. And I said to him, well, what happened? You chose only a $15,000 medical policy. In New Jersey, you can go up to $250,000. In New York, it's $50,000 plus additional coverage. I said, you chose $15,000. He's like, well, I didn't think I'd ever need it. And, accidents are so rare. I'm like, yeah, they're rare, but you got into one. How rare could they possibly be? And that's what, that's really the theme. Not only we stress with getting the right coverage, but it's also having our number saved. Let me give out the number and then I'll explain to you why I'm saying that. Our phone number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. Call the number right now. Even if you don't need our services for either personal injury or immigration, just let it ring. Let it ring 3 or 4 times. Hang up. When you get a second, save it as PPID or save it as case handler or save it as attorney, whatever you want to save it as, because once it's in your phone, it's in there and readily available for you. And I've helped personally thousands of clients over the years. I know we talked in the beginning of the show, my career awards for my clients are well over 125 million, but I've helped thousands of people. And not a single one of those individuals ever woke up in the morning and said, I'm getting into an accident today. Not one of them said, I'm going to get rear-ended while I'm stopped at a red traffic light. I'm going to get rear-ended on a bridge. I'm going to get sideswiped on a highway. I'm going to fall off a scaffold. A ladder is going to collapse underneath me. A sledgehammer is going to break from 3 stories up and hit me in the head. A wall is going to collapse and knock my forklift over. I'm going to get hit by a forklift. I'm going to be the victim of medical malpractice. And these are all cases that I've handled over the years. And not a single person ever thought it was going to happen to them. But unfortunately, this is life, right? It's not just in 2020 that what goes wrong. It's all the time when what goes wrong. And the best way to protect you and the best way to protect your family is by having our phone number saved. God forbid you ever need it. You're going to be happy that you have it. And just to highlight that specific example, let me talk about a case that we've talked about maybe a few months ago, but I like talking about some of my favorite clients here. And this client, can you see this on the screen now?
Yep.
Okay. Presley, it was a rear end accident. Talking about, unexpected. It's a rear end accident that happened in Staten Island. And Presley settled his case last year for $295,000. That's $295,000 tax-free money. The maximum was $300,000. He decided he did not want to go to trial over $5,000, which I believe was a very smart decision because you just never know what's going to happen. And $295,000 for this accident. If you could read that quote for me, Squeeze, it would make my morning.
My team was great at their job and handled the case perfectly. Adam is the best. The case handler team always called to make sure I was okay and was going to therapy so I could get better. They genuinely cared and made the whole process stress-free. This is the firm to go to. They take care of everything. Just follow their instructions and you can't go wrong. $295,000 settlement, ladies and gentlemen, for Presley from Laurelton. And look at that car. It's mangled. Yep. That car is mangled. We're seeing this on Facebook Live, David Squeeze-Aniki's page and Adam Handler's page. It's mangled.
And do you think he woke up thinking that this was going to happen to me?
Absolutely not. No one
on the morning of this accident, Presley had dreadlocks that he was growing for about 20 years. They were. I remember when I first met him, they were below his waistline, and as a result to the injuries he had to his neck, which actually required a surgery, his head couldn't support the dreadlocks he was growing for most of his adult life, and had to shave his head. The man had to shave his head because the injuries to his neck was so bad that it couldn't support, pounds of hair. And that, it's an interesting thing because, every case is so different. And that's why I love what I do. I had a case once in which an individual woman was walking out of her office and they were mopping the hallway, didn't have any warning signs. She went down, broke her ankle, had a surgery. She had, a lot of pain to her ankle. And one of the things that really affected her, they asked her, what are some of the things that you can't do? Well, I have difficulty with stairs. I have difficulty getting in and out of the shower. Well, is there something that really bothers you? Yes. I can't wear the shoes I used to wear. I used to love wearing heels. I used to have so many shoes. I was a shoe junkie, and I can't wear high heels anymore because my ankle is so weak, it can't support it. Now, I know that sounds to some people, crazy. Oh, I feel, how can we feel sorry for her? She can't wear high heels. But if that's important to her and she can't do it anymore because somebody screwed up, why should they not be responsible? Maybe growing your hair to your waist isn't important for millions of people, watching or listening to this show. But for some individuals who that's part of their spirituality, that is a very important thing. And it was taken away because some bozo wasn't paying attention and slammed into Elvis's car. So, ladies and gentlemen, you must prepare for the unexpected. You must be ready to fight back and prevent yourself from being a victim twice if, God forbid, you are ever in an accident. And Squeeze, I'll ask you, what is the best way to prepare to fight back if you're ever hurt in an accident?
And that is to simply just store the number in your phone now. That number being 844-774-3529. That's it. 844 PPID LAW. That's 844-774-3529. Store the number, save it. Okay, when you need it, it's in your phone. All right, give it to your family members. 844-774-3529. That's it, Adam. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in each and every single week there. We're about to jump or switch it over to immigration, but remember, the top personal injury attorney on this station is Adam Handler. The most celebrated personal injury attorney in the Caribbean community is the case handler, Adam Handler. And you need this number, 844-774-3529. This is Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. Going to jump it over to the boss man, Conrad Pollack, the managing partner at the firm, Pollack, Isaac and Seco, aka PPID, and start popping the questions to him where immigration is concerned. First one up, batter up. It says here, if I am documentary qualified and stay in the United States with a tourist visa, can I make adjustment of status? My father has filed an F1 petition.
Well, it depends on facts. If the person is legally in the United States, has never violated his status in the United States, he can adjust status. It's an F1 petition. That's a U.S. citizen applying for an adult unmarried son or daughter over 21. Typically a case like that will take at least 6 to 10 years. So if he's ready to roll now, I don't know when he filed, but if he filed it 6 to 10 years ago, he might be ready to proceed right now. And again, if he's legally in the US, has never been out of status in the United States, yes, he can adjust status. Thing is, again, I need more information. If he just filed that F1 petition, he's going to be waiting 10 years potentially. He's not going to be able to stay here on a tourist visa for 10 years. Tourist visa typically grants you 6 months. So he's going to have to leave.
Gotcha.
I need more information in order to answer that question.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that. And I think they should call you because I'm quite sure there are other things you can do in extending the tourist visa or whatever, but it depends on the details, as you noted. So do me a favor, give Conrad a call over at PPID. The number is 844-774-3529. He'll give it a free phone consultation. After that, you just hire him. 844-PPID LAW. And here's another one. It says, hey, everyone I want, ask if there's someone who gets, this is weird. I'm reading this verbatim. Hey, everyone. Oh, I get it. Hey, everyone. I want to ask if there's someone who gets refused, what can they do? First interview, 19 November 2019. Second interview, 10 February 2020. Refused since 5th of March. I called NBC. They said my case returned to USCIS almost 54 days ago, and we need to wait 180 days. That means I still like 4 months. I didn't receive any letter yet to say why I was refused. And once again, I read it as it came to me.
I understand. it sounds like this person is somewhere outside the United States, and the application for his immigrant visa, for his green card, was denied at the consulate post. He doesn't say why it was denied. That's kind of important. Was it because they didn't believe his marriage? Was it because he couldn't support himself? Was it because he committed a crime? Was it because that he was in the United States illegally for 30 years before he applied for his green card? You know, it's kind of important to know that information in terms of why he was denied before I could respond to what he can do. But in terms of the process, if the consulate has denied his case and returned the visa petition upon which his case was based, that's how they do it. They send it back to the Immigration Service for revocation. It could be a year, it could be 2 years before he hears anything from the Immigration Service regarding that revocation notice. Again, I don't know. We need more facts, but he's going to be waiting a while.
Okay. Once again, folks, make sure you reach out to the firm. Get that free phone consultation, 844-774-3529. Let's see if you can get this question in under 2 minutes, Conrad. Our family-based immigration cases at NBC. We were waiting for approval of our civil documents, but yesterday they emailed us and took off myself and my sister's name from our immigration case. Please advise, what should we do now? Does it mean that we're not eligible for immigration? I am 28 and my sister is 25 now. Priority date is 2006 and visa current year is 2019.
I'm sorry, the beginning of the question, who's applying for who?
Our family-based immigration cases at the NBC. We were
All
waiting
right.
for.
All right, I get it. It sounds like if it was filed in 2006, it sounds like it might be a fourth preference case, meaning a U.S. citizen applying for a brother or sister, and the brother or sister who's the beneficiary is bringing their kids. It sounds like something like that, or it might be like the other one, a parent, a U.S. citizen applying for his adult children, and those children want to bring their kids. I mean, it sounds like one of those scenarios, but in order for the accompanying children to accompany, the kids have to be under 21 years of age. If these people are 28, 27, whatever it was that they said, that's probably the reason they have not been included in the application, because they're too old. So again, let's say the U.S. citizen is applying for his brother or his son, and that brother or son is bringing their adult children. If the adult children are over 21, they can't come. Now, there is a way under what's called the CSPA, the Child Status Protection Act. There is a way for people to calculate their age for purposes of what we're discussing here, that they might, under the law, be still under 21 years of age, but it doesn't sound like these people are even close. Again, I need more details. In particular, I need to know who is applying for who. Is it a sibling case? Is it a parent for a kid? I also would need to know when the petition was filed and when it was approved, and then I can answer that question. I also need to know everybody's age. But again, give us a call. We need more information. But again, you know, these are all questions by people, guys, that they're doing it themselves. All right. This is a case where they filed in 2006, 14 years ago, clearly are not using a lawyer, did it themselves. And you know what? They're waiting all this time and now they're not coming.
There you go.
You know,
ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're saying before we get to the top of the hour. This show is called Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and, yes, immigration. You just heard from Adam Handler, the personal injury attorney, and Conrad Pollack, the immigration attorney and managing partner of the firm. They're both partners there. Now, every one of you listening to the station, you will need an attorney sometime in the near future. This is it, PPID. Dial their number now, 844-774-3529, and store it. That's 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. Have yourself an amazing day.
It's 10 o'clock.
There we go. That's for the 93.5 FM listeners. They're gone. We are here on Facebook. And before we end the show, though, I just wanted to top it off. I like to jump on topical issues, Conrad and Adam Handler, before we conclude the show. Anything you guys would like to add to what's happening in our hemisphere? Thanks a lot, Conrad, for the iwillvote.com yesterday. I think we need to expand and expound on that some more.
well, iwillvote.com is a website that anybody who wants to register to vote can go and register to vote. They could also go on that site and see if they are registered, and if so, where. In fact, I just did it for one of my kids because they moved and they're not registered in a new location. And I didn't even know that, and they didn't know it. And now they know because I went to iwillvote.com and checked it out. So it's a very handy website. If you haven't registered, please do, folks. You got to vote. You got to get out there and vote. And if you're an immigrant, or if you have a family that are immigrants, or neighbors or friends or girlfriends, fiance, whatever it is, you want to vote for Joe Biden because he's going to really return some semblance of normalcy to the immigration process. Trump gets reelected, things are going to get worse for immigrants. Right?
Let me see this
if
question.
Biden gets elected, things will improve for immigrants. It's that simple.
Let me see this
You
question.
want to vote, and you want to vote Democrat if you're an immigrant, or if you have a family or loved ones that are immigrants. Because again, Biden gets elected, things are going to improve for immigrants. Trump gets reelected, things are going to deteriorate even further, if that's even possible to consider, if he gets reelected.
I've been watching for my own
Edification.
What's it called? Like when you're a masochist, like you want to punish yourself. I watch these Trump
rallies.
Sadomasochist. Yeah, I watch these Trump rallies, and I just in a weird way, I just kind of get a kick out of how he talks. He's just such a gas bag. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. But I don't really hear him talking about immigration. I hear him talking that we've got the greatest economy in the history of the world. I hear him talking that a vaccine is very, very close. It's going to be fantastic. But I don't really hear him talking about immigration. Is that because he's already kind of set his immigration agenda in place and he's just going to continue it?
No. Of course it's going to come back. In fact, what is today? September 23rd. So we're about 5 weeks out. I give it 2 weeks before the election. All of a sudden, there are going to be caravans and hordes of illegals banging on the doors that are coming to steal our stuff. They're going to be coming to the suburbs along with BLM to steal our stuff. It's coming. He hasn't forgotten it. The immigrants are coming. The caravans and the hordes are gathering right now as we speak.
And he's the only one that can stop it.
That's right. If you remember back in 2018, during the midterm elections, remember the caravans, and remember they're coming to get our stuff. Batten down the hatches, folks. Get the chains on the windows and the locks on the doors, because the illegal immigrants are coming to get your stuff. Remember? And then all of a sudden, after the election, you never heard another word about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so, the things that he says and the conspiracy theories that he espouses, it's just so obvious, and the people that eat that stuff up, they're drinking the Kool-Aid. It's a cult, and there's no other explanation. I mean, otherwise, it's so easy. I mean, you don't have to be the most brilliant guy in the world to see through the nonsense that this guy spews, but if you're a member of the cult, you just accept it, wholeheartedly, and you swallow it, and whatever it is, they're drinking the Kool-Aid. These guys at the rallies, they're not wearing masks. I mean, they're indoors, and yeah. I was just listening. Who was the guy? What's his name? Died a couple of months ago. He was in the administration. Was Carson?
Louis?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Ben. No, was it Ben Carson?
Was it? It was. Well, anyway, this was a guy who he died like a week after attending one of the rallies, and he still got it posthumously. He still has his Twitter account going, and they're still downplaying the virus. And here, this guy died coincidentally. He got coronavirus, and within a month after the rally that he attended without a mask, he died. And they're still playing it down. Still,
yeah,
he is the guy's from the grave playing it down.
Yeah, I remember when this guy passed. And he was in his 70s. Everybody started, freaking out because nobody's dying from COVID anymore. But apparently that's wrong. It wasn't Ben Carson. Ben Carson's still alive. But I have a client that called me that recently became a citizen, and they are so happy they can vote. This is like, their Christmas is coming on November 3rd. Just being able to exercise that right, and hopefully everybody does that. Listen, you have your own views, make them heard. We can't control that, but at least make them heard, because I don't want anybody sitting around You know, it's like people with immigration problems. They don't do anything, and all of a sudden they're deported. And they say, well, you could have done something. Same thing with voting. You know, all these people that sit around complaining, oh, this is bad, or this is, you know, this is against me, or this is why we have problems. Well, do something about it. If you can vote, vote. If you can't, you know, just don't complain to
And
it.
if you're not registered, go to iwillvote.com and register. It's very easy. iwillvote.com. IWILLVOTE.com.
There you go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Cruising with a Case Handler show on personal injury and immigration. Want to say thanks to each and every one for tuning in. Thanks for sharing and caring. We are the dream team, believe it or not. Call us at 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. And of course, this has been an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and Masico, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, and with offices in Peekskill and Brooklyn. The number, once again, 844-PPID-LAW. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but this, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually proven to you that this firm is all about you and definitely treating you like family. Thank you all so much. Adam, Conrad, thank you so much. Have yourself, everyone, an amazing day.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.